Imagine this: the sun is just breaking over the horizon, and the sky is a soft canvas of hope. You open your eyes, and there it is, a fresh start, a new day, pregnant with the possibility of becoming anything you wish. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Now, what if I told you this very moment, this sacred transition from night to day, is the most potent opportunity you have to shape your destiny? What if everything that follows hinges on one simple yet powerful choice? That choice is gratitude. Not just the word, not just the concept, but the feeling, the energy, the vibration of gratitude. You see, the way you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows. It's like striking a tuning fork that sends harmonious waves through the universe, calling forth experiences that mirror the energy you project. And when you choose to start with gratitude, you are telling the universe, I'm ready. I'm open to receiving. I am in harmony with abundance. Pause for a moment and let that sink in. Gratitude is not just a polite ritual, an obligatory checklist item before you go about your busy day. No, it is an energy shift or realignment of your frequency. You may have heard this before, but ask yourself, are you truly living it? Which person do you think will experience more ease, more serendipity, more joy in their day? The answer is clear, and the choice is yours every single morning. Think about this: you can't be stressed and grateful at the same time. It's physically impossible. Your brain cannot hold the vibration of fear and the vibration of gratitude simultaneously. So when you wake up and choose gratitude, you aren't just thinking positively, you're shifting your biochemistry, you're transforming the neural pathways in your brain, creating a fertile ground for creativity, problem solving, and intuition. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have this magnetic energy about them? Everything flows to them with grace, opportunities, friendships, abundance. That isn't luck, that's alignment. And gratitude is the doorway to that alignment. Now, here's a powerful hook. What if I told you that starting your day with gratitude could unlock miracles you never imagined possible? What if the very things you've been yearning for are waiting for you on the other side of this simple practice? Let me share a story. Picture a woman, let's call her Sarah. Sarah used to wake up each day with a sense of dread. Her life felt like an endless to-do list. But one day, she decided to try something different. She committed to spending just 3 minutes each morning focusing on gratitude. At first, it felt forced. She didn't know what to say, but she stuck with it. Slowly, she began to feel her heart expand. Her worries didn't vanish overnight, but she noticed subtle shifts. Her interactions with her colleagues became warmer. Opportunities she hadn't dared to dream about began to present themselves. The more she embraced gratitude, the more the world around her seemed to soften and open up. That's the magic we're talking about. Here's a practical exercise for you, the Gratitude 3, before you even get out of bed. Place your hand over your heart and think of 3 things you are grateful for. Let's say it together. I am grateful for the gift of this breath. Feel your lungs expand with air and realize how precious this life force is. I am grateful for the love in my life, seen or unseen, whether you can feel that love right now or not. Just acknowledging its presence can open your heart. Finally, I am grateful for the infinite possibilities this day holds. Let that last statement carry the energy of excitement, as if you're standing on the brink of a new adventure. Here's another hook: gratitude is not passive. It's an act of creation. You are creating the frequency you want to experience throughout your day. You are designing your life moment by moment, choice by choice. It's important to know that gratitude isn't just a feel-good practice. It's the master key to abundance. When you are grateful for what you have, the universe responds by giving you more to be grateful for. But when you focus on what's lacking, on what's not working, you create resistance, and abundance stays just out of reach. Remember, you don't need a perfect life to practice gratitude. You don't have to wait until all your dreams have come true. In fact, practicing gratitude in the midst of challenge is where the real transformation happens. It's easy to be thankful when things are going well, but can you be grateful even when life is hard? Can you find something beautiful in the mess? Let me paint you a picture. A stormy day, rain pouring down in torrents. Most people grumble, frown, and curse the rain. But a farmer, one who has been waiting for the rain to nourish his fields, looks up with joy and says, "Thank you." Same rain, two different perspectives. Which perspective do you choose? Here's a little mind-bending idea for you. What if every so-called challenge in your life is simply a blessing in disguise, designed to help you grow, to shape you into the person you are meant to become? And what if gratitude could be your tool for uncovering these hidden blessings? I want you to close your eyes for a second and visualize your heart expanding with every breath you take. With every exhale, imagine releasing the stress, the doubts, the fears. And with every inhale, feel your heart filling with gratitude for all that is and all that's on its way to you. You are tuning your frequency to the energy of abundance. You are a creator, a co-creator with the universe. And gratitude is your sacred paintbrush. Here's a practical takeaway for you every evening as you're about to drift off to sleep. Try what I call the gratitude review. Mentally go through your day and find at least 3 moments to be thankful for. It might be the smile of a stranger, a moment of peace, or the way the light fell across your room. This practice doesn't just end your day on a high note, it programs your subconscious mind to attract more blessings while you sleep. Imagine waking up each morning not with dread or anxiety, but with a sense of eager anticipation. Imagine starting your day as a deliberate act of creation, knowing that you are calling forth more of what you love simply by feeling grateful for what you already have. And here's a challenge for you tomorrow. When you open your eyes, instead of grabbing your phone or letting the worries flood in, take control. Pause. Feel that gratitude. And then go out into the world and watch the magic unfold. Because once you start living from a place of genuine gratitude, everything shifts. Opportunities find you, solutions appear, your relationships deepen, and you realize that happiness was never a destination, it was a way of traveling. Live in that energy. Feel it. Breathe it. And remember, the more you give thanks, the more life gives you to be thankful for. Now go out and make today extraordinary. Success begins in the mind. Let that sink in for a moment. Every single thought you think is like a brushstroke on the canvas of your reality. So here's a powerful question for you. What masterpiece are you painting with your mind today? You see, every day, every moment you are creating, whether you realize it or not, your thoughts are shaping your life, your destiny, your very experience of reality. Now pause and ask yourself, are the thoughts you think consciously elevating you or diminishing you? Here's a truth to carry with you. Your mind is the most extraordinary tool you have. It's a creator, a generator, an architect of worlds. Yet most of us live as though our thoughts are out of our control, as if they happen to us instead of being designed by us. The first step to success, real success, is to take ownership of your inner dialogue. Take the reins. Become the artist of your mind. Think of it like this: your mind is a garden. What seeds are you planting every day? Seeds of hope, confidence, and joy, or seeds of fear, self-doubt, and limitation? The mind doesn't discriminate. Whatever you plant, it will nourish. If you plant thoughts that elevate, you'll grow a garden of success. If you plant negativity, you'll reap a field of obstacles. Imagine for a moment that your thoughts are living entities. Each one vibrates and radiates energy that attracts similar energy. When you think a thought like, "I am capable of achieving my dreams," you emit a frequency that draws opportunity, inspiration, and support toward you. But when you think, "I'll never be good enough," you're tuning into a frequency of resistance and limitation. And here's the kicker: the universe doesn't judge, it simply responds. Take a deep breath and hold this idea: you are powerful beyond measure. How many times have you caught yourself thinking, "I can't do that," or "this is too hard for me," without even challenging that belief? Think about a moment from your life when you accomplished something you once thought impossible. Maybe it was acing an exam you were terrified of, landing a job you dreamed of, or overcoming a hardship that tested you. Did that success come because you held on to doubts and fears? No, it came because at some point you believed in a version of yourself who could do it. That belief was the brushstroke that changed your entire canvas. Now here's a practice for you every morning when you wake up before you even set foot on the ground. Repeat a simple yet profound mantra: I am the architect of my reality. Today, I choose thoughts that uplift and empower me. Say it, feel it, let it vibrate in your heart. Imagine each word setting the tone for your entire day. Are you willing to be the master of your mind? Because here's the truth: you're already creating every moment with every thought. So why not create something magnificent? Why not choose thoughts that make you feel alive, inspired, and connected to the infinite possibilities all around you? I remember a story about a man who faced countless obstacles in his life. Let's call him Mark. Mark grew up in a neighborhood where dreams were often crushed under the weight of harsh realities. He had every reason to believe that success was out of his reach. But one day he heard a quote that changed his life. Your thoughts create your world. It was like a light bulb went off in his mind. Mark decided to run an experiment. For 30 days he committed to thinking only thoughts of abundance, capability, and possibility. He wrote down affirmations and surrounded himself with positive reminders. At first it felt unnatural, even silly. His mind fought back with old familiar doubts, but he persisted, and something incredible happened. Opportunities he had never considered before started appearing. People who could help him achieve his dreams showed up in unexpected ways. It wasn't magic, it was alignment. Mark was no longer at war with himself. His thoughts had become allies, not enemies. And that's the shift we're talking about here, the shift from resistance to flow. Here's a little exercise for you right now. Think about an area of your life where you want to experience more success. Maybe it's your career, your health, or your relationships. Now pay attention to the thoughts you typically think about this area. Are they expansive and empowering, or are they rooted in lack and fear? Be honest with yourself. Awareness is the first step to change. Let me take you a bit deeper. Have you ever watched an artist at work, painting a breathtaking piece? Every stroke is deliberate, intentional. If they make a mistake, they don't sit there lamenting over it endlessly. They correct it, incorporate it, or sometimes even transform it into something more beautiful. Your thoughts are like that. If you catch yourself painting a stroke of doubt or worry, don't panic. Just choose again. Very direct. You are allowed to be a work in progress and a masterpiece simultaneously. Here's a hook that might surprise you. Your subconscious mind does not distinguish between reality and imagination. It absorbs whatever you feed it like a sponge. That's why visualization is such a potent tool. When you visualize your success, your brain fires off the same neural pathways as if you were actually living that success. Think about that power. You can rewire your brain to experience success before it even manifests in your life. Try this visualization exercise. Close your eyes and imagine your ideal day of success. See yourself waking up with a sense of purpose. Feel the confidence radiate through you as you make decisions effortlessly. Picture yourself surrounded by people who uplift and inspire you. Let your mind soak in every detail as if it were happening right now. When you open your eyes, notice how your energy has shifted. That's the magic of intentional thought. So let me ask you this: what kind of life do you want to create? What thoughts will you plant today? The greatest gift you can give yourself is to be conscious of the inner dialogue that shapes your outer world. The mind is a tool, and you are the master. Choose thoughts that align with the highest vision of who you are. Remember, success flows as naturally as breath when you align your thoughts with your true essence. All the brilliance you've been seeking is already within you. Choose thoughts that illuminate it. Picture this: the world is moving at its relentless breakneck pace, and you're right there in the middle of it, juggling responsibilities, racing deadlines, and checking off endless lists. Sound familiar? It's the modern-day paradox: connected yet disconnected, busy yet unfulfilled. And here's the twist: sometimes the very thing you need most is to simply stop. Be still, be silent. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Stillness? Silence? In this world of instant gratification and constant stimulation, it almost sounds counterproductive. But let's get this clear: in the sacred, unassuming space of stillness, magic happens. Because in silence, your mind becomes a clear, tranquil lake where the ripples of worry and anxiety finally settle. And in those serene waters, your purpose, your deepest intentions become crystal clear. Let's dig deeper. Imagine the mind as a snow globe. Shake it up, and the snow swirls in chaotic, dizzying patterns. That's how most of us live, trapped in that flurry of thoughts, distractions, worries. But when you set that snow globe down and let it be still, the chaos calms, the snow gently settles. Suddenly clarity emerges. Think about that. How often do you give your mind the chance to settle? When you take time to be still, you are giving yourself a sacred gift. You're opening the door to wisdom, to insights that can only be heard when the noise dies down. See, the universe has a way of whispering truths, gentle nudges, and life-altering ideas into your ear. But how can you hear them if you're always running, always doing, always thinking? Here's a thought-provoking hook for you. Have you ever noticed how the most brilliant ideas often come when you're in the shower, taking a quiet walk, or lying in bed? It's not a coincidence. It's because in those moments of stillness, your mind shifts from noise to flow. I'll share a story to bring this home. Picture a man, we'll call him Michael, who was constantly on the go. He worked a high-stress job and prided himself on his productivity. But despite all the hustle, he never felt truly fulfilled. One day, a wise friend suggested something radical: take 10 minutes every morning and just be still. No phone, no to-do lists, just quiet. At first, Michael scoffed. He thought, I don't have time to waste. But reluctantly, he tried it. What happened next was subtle but profound. In those 10 minutes of stillness, he started hearing the quiet whispers of his intuition. He got new ideas for his business, found solutions to problems he'd been struggling with for weeks, and even felt a sense of inner peace he hadn't known in years. And that peace rippled through his entire day, transforming his approach to life. Pause for a second. Imagine what might be possible for you if you gave yourself the gift of silence each day. If you allowed your mind to rest, to breathe, to expand into the wisdom that already lies within you. Here's the thing: we live in a culture that glorifies busyness. We wear it like a badge of honor, don't we? How often do you hear people say, oh, I'm so busy, with a sense of pride? But I'm here to challenge you. What if your greatest strength isn't in how much you can do, but in how deeply you can be? What if your most creative, most inspired self is waiting to emerge, not in a flurry of activity, but in the quiet, unhurried spaces between? Listen to this. In silence, you connect to something greater. Call it source, call it the divine, call it your higher self. It doesn't matter what you name it. What matters is that you make time to tune in. And in that space, you discover something extraordinary: the realization that you're not just a human doing, but a human being. Let me ask you, how often do you let yourself be? Really be? Here's an experiment for you. Tomorrow morning, before the world starts pulling you in a million directions, carve out just 5 minutes to sit in silence. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Imagine your thoughts, your worries, and your plans as clouds drifting across the sky. You don't need to chase them. Just watch them pass. And in the space between those thoughts, feel the stillness. Feel the presence of something deeper. I know for some of you, even 5 minutes of silence feels uncomfortable. It's unfamiliar, maybe even unsettling. But discomfort is often a sign of growth, a doorway to a richer experience of life. In fact, the world's greatest thinkers, from Gandhi to Einstein, practiced the art of staying put. They understood that clarity, inspiration, and purpose blossom when the mind is quiet. Now, here's a surprising twist. Your mind and soul need silence in the same way your body needs sleep. When you don't give yourself time to be still, you become spiritually sleep deprived. Your intuition feels muffled. Your creativity dries up. Your purpose feels out of reach. But when you prioritize stillness, you awaken a part of you that's always been there, wise, calm, and infinitely capable. Let's dive even deeper. Think about the most serene places in nature: a quiet forest, a calm ocean at sunrise, a tranquil mountain peak. Nature teaches us the power of stillness. Have you ever felt that sense of peace when you're immersed in such a place? That's because in stillness, everything aligns. It's no wonder that many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of silence. Here's a practical takeaway for you: schedule time to be still. Treat it as sacred. Maybe it's a quiet moment before your family wakes up, or a few minutes of solitude during your lunch break, or a silent meditation before bed. Remember, this isn't about doing nothing, it's about doing everything from a place of clarity and centeredness. And if you're still skeptical, think of it this way: if professional athletes rest between games to perform at their peak, shouldn't your mind have the same luxury? If great artists pause to let inspiration find them, shouldn't you? Silence is your performance enhancer, your muse, your gateway to higher awareness. Let me paint one more picture for you. A man once climbed a mountain to ask a wise sage for the secret to happiness. The sage replied, "Be still frustrated." The man said, "I don't have time for that. I need a real solution." The sage smiled and said, "Then you need to be still for twice as long a point." The busier you are, the more your soul craves stillness. It's in the quiet moments that your mind can recalibrate, your heart can heal, and your spirit can soar. So today I invite you to take a step back from the whirlwind of life. Pause, breathe, be still. Listen to what your soul has been trying to tell you all along. Because in those moments of pure, unadulterated silence, you just might find the answers you've been seeking all along. Picture this: you're walking through life with a deep desire, a yearning to feel more fulfilled, more connected, more alive. You want success, happiness, peace. We all do. And yet there's a timeless secret that, when embraced, radically transforms everything you experience. It's this: give as much as you hope to receive. This isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a way of living, because in this universe of energy and intention, giving and receiving are not separate. They are the same motion, like the inhalation and exhalation of a breath. And if you really get this, if you take it into the core of your being, you'll unlock a flow of abundance and joy that you may have only dreamed about. Let's take a deep breath together. Inhale. Now exhale. Notice how one flows into the other. You can't receive a full breath if you haven't exhaled the old air. Just like that, in life, giving is the exhale that makes space for receiving. It's all connected. Think about it. How often do we operate from a mindset of scarcity? We worry that if we give too much of our time, our energy, or our resources, we'll be left depleted. But here's a paradox: the more you give, the more you have. When you act from a place of genuine generosity, the universe responds with generosity in kind. Surprising, right? But it works every time. Let me share a story with you. There was a man named Tom who felt like life was always giving him the short end of the stick. He constantly complained about how little he had, how unfair things were. Then one day, on the advice of a mentor, he decided to shift his approach. Instead of focusing on what he lacked, he made it his mission to give, even when he thought he didn't have much to offer. Think back to the last time you did something for someone else, no strings attached. How did you feel afterward? Maybe you volunteered, helped a neighbor, or gave a compliment to a stranger. That feeling, that lightness, that expansion is your soul's way of saying, yes, this is who I am. Let's unpack this idea a bit more. Why does giving change your life so dramatically? Well, it's because of energy. Every thought, action, and intention you have carries a vibration. When you give, you operate from the highest frequencies: love, abundance, joy. These are the very vibrations that align with success and happiness. In other words, when you give from your heart, you align yourself with everything you desire. Have you ever noticed how generosity creates a ripple effect? Imagine a stone thrown into a pond. The ripples spread outward, touching everything they encounter. Your kindness works the same way. A small act can create a chain reaction of positivity that circles the globe. It may sound dramatic, but it's true. You never know the full extent of the impact your actions have. And here's the real kicker: every ripple you send out comes back to you. This isn't just poetic philosophy, it's a spiritual law. But I know what you might be thinking: what if I give and I get taken advantage of? Well, here's the thing: true giving isn't transactional. It's not about keeping score. When you give with an open heart, you trust that life will return that energy to you, even if it doesn't come from the same person or place. Trust is crucial here. It's faith in the abundance of the universe. Here's another surprising thought: giving is a practice that dissolves your ego. The ego always wants to hold on, to control, to accumulate. But your spirit knows the truth that what you hold too tightly, you lose. What you give away, you receive back 1,000-fold. When you let go of the need to hoard or protect, you create a spaciousness that abundance loves to fill. Try this little experiment. The next time you feel lack or frustration, give something away. It could be as simple as a genuine compliment or as significant as a financial gift to someone in need. Notice what happens to your energy. Notice the shift from tightness to expansiveness, from fear to trust. I once met a woman named Maria who was going through a painful divorce. Her heart was broken and she felt lost. One day she heard a speaker talk about the power of giving and decided to test it. She began volunteering at a local shelter, even though she felt she had nothing to give. Each day she brought smiles to the children there. Slowly, her own heart began to heal. As she poured love into others, she found love growing within herself. What she had hoped to receive, healing, peace, and love, she received tenfold. All because she gave. Now here's a question for you. What are you hoping to receive in your life? Is it love? Then give love freely. Is it success? Then lift others up, support their dreams. Is it abundance? Then be generous with what you have now, however small it may seem. Let's dive deeper into the science of this. Researchers have found that acts of generosity stimulate the same pleasure centers in the brain as receiving a gift. Giving actually lights up the brain's reward system, releasing endorphins and increasing your overall well-being. So when you give, you're not only making a difference for others, you're wiring your brain for joy and fulfillment. Think about it like this: the universe operates on the principle of circulation. Just like your body needs blood to flow, life needs generosity to keep energy circulating. When you hold back, you create blockages in that flow. But when you release, you become a conduit for more blessings. Here's a visual for you. Picture a stream. Water flows freely when there's no obstruction. But if rocks or debris block the flow, the water becomes stagnant. Your life is like that stream. When you give, you remove the blockages and let energy flow, bringing fresh opportunities and experiences. So how do you start? You don't need to make grand gestures. It's about the energy behind your actions. Start small. Offer your time, your smile, your attention. Listen to someone without interrupting. Pay for the coffee of the person behind you in line. Write a note of appreciation to someone who's made a difference in your life. These small acts add up. Here's a final story to illuminate this point. A man named Jack was stuck in a cycle of financial stress. He was scraping by, always worried about money. One day he read about the power of tithing, not as an obligation, but as a way to affirm abundance. Skeptical yet desperate, he decided to donate 10% of his income to causes he believed in. Miraculously, he started receiving unexpected financial windfalls. A long-lost friend paid back a loan, his side business took off, and he landed a promotion at work. It wasn't magic, it was alignment. By giving, Jack was signaling to the universe that he trusted in its abundance. Are you feeling inspired yet? Good, because this isn't just about creating abundance for yourself, it's about being part of a bigger story. A story where we uplift each other, where the world becomes a kinder, more generous place because of you. So as you go about your day, remember, give as much as you hope to receive. Give without expectation and watch how the universe pours back into your life. The joy you spread will return to you. And the love you give will echo back, transforming not just the world around you, but the very essence of who you are. Think about this for a moment. You are a garden. Yes, a living, breathing garden. And every day you are either nourishing that garden, tending to its needs, or you're letting it wither under the weight of neglect. What you feed this garden, what you pour into your body, mind, and soul determines how it grows, how it blooms, or how it struggles to survive. Now let's dive right in. What does it mean to nourish yourself, really? Because it's so much more than eating your vegetables or squeezing in some gym time. True nourishment fuels the energy you bring into each day. It's about creating a life that feels electric, that lights you up from the inside out. And here's the thing, the world reflects the energy you give out. If you're feeling depleted, drained, half asleep at the wheel of your own life, that's the energy you're radiating. And that's the energy the world will mirror back to you. Here's a powerful question. What if you could intentionally feed every part of yourself with what makes you come alive? Think about it. When you nourish your body, mind, and soul in ways that fill you with vitality, you become unstoppable. You become a beacon, not only for your own dreams, but for everyone around you. Let's start with your body, this incredible, miraculous vessel that carries you through life. It's easy to take it for granted, isn't it? We push it, we criticize it, we wish it were different. But how often do we really take care of it? Here's a wake-up call. Your body is not just a container for your mind and soul. It's the very foundation of your experience. If your physical energy is low, it affects everything: your emotions, your thoughts, your spirit. Imagine waking up each day and treating your body with the love and respect it deserves. What does that look like for you? Maybe it's nourishing it with wholesome, life-giving foods that make you feel strong and vibrant. Maybe it's moving in a way that makes you feel alive, whether that's dancing, hiking, yoga, or just a gentle walk in the sunshine. Notice the key word here, alive. Does what you're feeding your body make you feel more alive or less? And this isn't about perfection. It's not about rigid rules or diets or punishing workouts. It's about tuning in and asking, what does my body need today to feel its best? Your body is wise. It knows. And when you listen, it will guide you toward vitality. Here's an exercise for you tomorrow morning. Before you do anything else, take a moment to ask your body, what do you need today? And then really listen. Maybe it's a glass of water, a stretch, a nourishing breakfast. It's in these small, loving choices that we build a foundation for success and happiness. Now, let's talk about feeding your mind. Your mind is the engine that drives your life. What you put into it matters. If you're constantly consuming negativity, gossip, or mindless distractions, guess what? Your thoughts will reflect that. Your energy will reflect that. Your reality will reflect that. Imagine for a moment that your mind is a garden too. Every thought you entertain, every piece of information you consume is a seed. Are you planting seeds of possibility, growth, inspiration? Or are you planting seeds of doubt, fear, limitation? Because whatever you plant, you will eventually harvest. One of the most powerful ways to feed your mind is through intentional learning. Listen to podcasts that uplift you, read books that expand your thinking, surround yourself with people who inspire you. Because your mind is like a sponge, soaking up the energy of what's around it. Here's a challenge for you for the next week. Make a commitment to feed your mind something positive every single day. Maybe it's a chapter from a personal growth book, a TED Talk that lights you up, or even a few minutes of meditation to clear the mental clutter. Watch how your perspective shifts, how your creativity soars, how solutions to problems start to appear effortlessly. Let's move on to the soul. The soul, that deep, eternal part of you that craves meaning, connection, purpose. Nourishing your soul is perhaps the most overlooked but most essential aspect of a happy, successful life. Because when your soul is nourished, you become magnetic. You radiate a kind of joy and peace that no challenge can shake. Here's a soul-stirring truth: you are here for more than just to pay bills and meet deadlines. You are here to feel alive, to create, to love, to experience the fullness of life. So what feeds your soul? What brings you to life? For some, it's creating art, writing, or playing music. For others, it's being in nature, feeling the earth beneath your feet, watching the sun sink below the horizon. Maybe it's prayer or meditation or volunteering your time to help others. Whatever it is, make space for it. Not just once in a while, but regularly. Your soul's nourishment should be as non-negotiable as breathing. Imagine this: every week you schedule sacred time just for your soul. No excuses, no interruptions. You treat it as an essential meeting with your own spirit. It could be as simple as a walk in the park where you soak in the beauty around you, or an hour spent doing something you're passionate about. What do you think would change in your life if you made your soul a priority? Here's another layer to consider: when you nourish yourself deeply, you give others permission to do the same. You become a living example of what it means to live fully. People are drawn to that energy. You inspire them, sometimes without even knowing it. And isn't that what we're all here for? To lift each other up, to be catalysts for each other's growth. I want you to try this exercise. Close your eyes and picture a day where you have nourished your body, your mind, and your soul. See yourself eating a meal that makes you feel vibrant. See yourself learning something that ignites your curiosity. See yourself doing something that fills your heart with joy. Feel the energy of that day. Let it become a reality in your imagination. Now let's talk about why this matters, because you might be thinking, I don't have time to do all this. I have responsibilities, demands, things to get done, and yes, life is full of responsibilities. But here's the paradox: when you take the time to nourish yourself, you actually become more productive, more focused, more effective. You bring more energy to everything you do. It's like filling your own cup so you can pour into the lives of others from a place of fullness, not depletion. Here's something to consider: the most successful, happy people aren't the ones who work nonstop or sacrifice everything for achievement. They are the ones who understand the art of balance, who know that self-care is not selfish but essential. They know that by feeding themselves well, body, mind, and soul, they create a ripple effect that touches everything they do. And remember, it's never too late to start. Every day is a new chance to make choices that nourish you, to move closer to the life you want to live. So ask yourself, what do I need to feel truly alive today? Then honor that need. Feed your garden, watch it bloom, and feel the joy of living life with a full, vibrant heart. Close your eyes and see this with me for a moment. You're standing in the life you've always dreamed of. Everything you've ever wanted, everything you've ever longed for is here. Feel the sun on your face, the warm glow of happiness radiating through your being. You are in it. You are living it. This isn't just wishful thinking. This is the power of visualization. I want you to really get this. Your mind is the architect of your reality. And every blueprint you draft in your imagination, every vision you create with your heart, sends a signal, an invitation to the universe. Come, you say, this is what I am ready to experience, because when you see it, when you feel it, when you believe it so deeply that it becomes a living, breathing reality in your consciousness, you create a powerful force for it to manifest in your life. Let's dive into this. Visualizing success and happiness isn't just some airy new age idea. It's a daily habit that can transform your entire experience of life. Right now, take a deep breath. Feel your chest rise and fall. As you listen, imagine that you're tuning into the frequency of everything you've ever wanted. Here's a secret I want you to remember: your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's vividly imagined and what's real. Let that sink in. The images you hold in your mind are the seeds you plant in the fertile soil of your subconscious. And whatever you consistently visualize, your mind will work tirelessly to bring into your experience. Think about that for a second. How are you using this power? Are you imagining worst-case scenarios? Are you playing out scenes of struggle, lack, and failure? Because if you are, your subconscious is taking those cues and preparing to deliver exactly that. But what if you flipped the script? What if you started to see, to truly feel the life you want to live? I want you to imagine this. You wake up each morning not feeling anxious or stressed, but inspired. You are living with purpose, with joy, with abundance. You have meaningful relationships, work that fills your soul, health that makes you feel alive. You can see it, right? You can almost taste it. That's the kind of vision you want to hold on to. Let me ask you this: when was the last time you allowed yourself to dream without limits? As kids, we were natural visionaries. We imagined worlds, adventures, futures filled with boundless possibilities. But somewhere along the way, we were taught to be realistic, to let go of those dreams. It's time to reclaim that gift, because here's the truth: you will never create what you cannot first imagine. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually do it? I'm glad you asked. Visualization is an art and a practice, and it starts with clarity. You need to know what you're aiming for. Take some time to write it down, to script it out in detail. If you want a new career, visualize yourself thriving in that role. Picture the environment, the way you feel, the people you work with. If it's love you're seeking, imagine the joy and connection of a truly fulfilling partnership. Feel the warmth of that love surrounding you. Here's a surprising hook for you: your visions become even more potent when they're infused with emotion. Emotion is the fuel. When you visualize, don't just see the images. Feel the excitement, the gratitude, the sense of accomplishment, as if it's already yours. The universe responds to vibration, and when your emotions align with your vision, you become a magnet for your desires. Let me share a story with you. Picture a young man named Michael. Michael had always dreamed of being an author, but he was stuck in a 9-to-5 job that drained his spirit. Every day he felt further from his dream, until he decided to change the script. Each morning he spent 10 minutes visualizing himself holding his book, feeling the weight of it in his hands, hearing the voices of readers saying how much his words had impacted their lives. He didn't just think about it, he felt it deeply. Months later, an unexpected opportunity came. He met a publisher at a gathering, and things unfolded in ways he could never have orchestrated on his own. Today, Michael is a successful author. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe it was the power of visualization aligning him with opportunities that he wouldn't have noticed otherwise. And you can do this too. Every great achievement starts in the mind. The Wright brothers envisioned flying through the skies long before the first airplane ever took off. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream, a vision so powerful that it changed the course of history. Visionaries shape the world, and you have that same potential within you. Here's an exercise you can start right now. Find a quiet space. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Visualize your perfect day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. See the details vividly, the colors, the sounds, the feelings. Imagine achieving your biggest goals. Feel the joy, the peace, the excitement. Spend a few minutes here savoring the experience. Now here's the twist after your visualization. Carry that energy with you throughout your day. Act as if. Make decisions as the person who already has what they want. You're not pretending. You're being that version of yourself, signaling to the universe, I'm ready for this. Let me hit you with another hook. Doubts will come. That's part of the journey. Your mind might say, who are you to dream this big? But every time that voice shows up, remember this, you are the author of your story. You can rewrite the script anytime you choose. Think of your vision as a movie you're directing. If one scene isn't playing out the way you want, change it. Adjust the storyline. You're in control. The universe is your co-creator, and it wants to bring you what you desire, but only if you believe you're worthy of it. So here's a challenge for you. Commit to a daily visualization practice for the next 21 days. 3 to 5 minutes every morning. Picture your goals. Feel the emotions. Be specific, and notice the shifts that start happening in your life. Doors may open, ideas may spark, people may show up in the most unexpected ways. Why does this work? Because you are energy and your thoughts are energy. Quantum physics tells us that everything in the universe is made of vibrating energy. By visualizing success and happiness, you're tuning into the frequency of what you desire. You're aligning yourself with a reality where your dreams already exist. Let's talk about belief for a second. You have to believe in what you're visualizing. If you don't believe it's possible, you're sending mixed signals. Remember, you are limitless. The only boundaries you have are the ones you create in your mind. Break free of them. Believe that you are worthy of your vision, even if it feels impossible. Because impossibility is just a limitation we've accepted from the past. I want to leave you with this thought. If you can see it in your mind and feel it in your heart, you can hold it in your hands. Every dream you've ever had is waiting for you to bring it into reality. Let this be the moment you start creating, not just passively wishing, but actively inviting and aligning with the life you want. Keep seeing it, keep feeling it, and keep believing in it with all that you are. Thanks for joining me today. If you found value in this discussion, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more motivational content. Share your thoughts in the comments below.